I frequently get asked more or less the question, what do you mean once you don't have an ego, onto your pushover? And this comes up like comments in real life. This is the most frequent response, and I always sort of laugh about it because I don't usually elaborate, because it's a bit difficult to explain that your mind state changes. So you live in the mind state of ego-driven mentality. So you need to win, you need to get the best looking woman in the nicest looking car with lots of money in your hand, or whatever. This is the way that every single person in the world lives. They need to win, they need to show that they have strength, they need to prevail, they need to, like that, there's this sense of building the ego. It's very, very important. And when I'm, so I never thought about this, or this, like I think I've sort of been like the punching bag of my family for most of my life. So I was already quite passive, or like I was already quite, like I did, in my family, like even though I was right, it was safer not to say anything. So I was humbled very early in that sense. So in my real life, it's not like if somebody steals from me, I would need to yell at them in front of everybody. I would probably confront them, but like what I did, however, have was I would take it very personally. So if someone stole something from me, I wouldn't confront them per se, but like I would take it home with me, and then I would think about what I did in my life or to them to make them steal from me. So that was more my issue. I suppose I am female, maybe it's not as important to show my physical dominance. Maybe that was like, I took it upon myself, which was like shit, like it really, really, like I really suffered with this. And just to answer the question, if I'm a pushover, I sort of am a little bit. So so if the same situation happens now, if someone steals from me, I like, it's this weird thing where I go like, there's no, like I can't take it personally. Like I don't really care about objects very much. It's just a thing. Like I don't have any attachment to the thing. So I'm gonna say I left my phone out, my friend stole my phone, and like I would tell him like, hey, I don't like it that you stole my phone, but I wouldn't be very upset about it, because it was like, okay, all I needed to give was this materialistic thing, this phone, so that's what I had to give up. And now I've got this information about my friend, or about someone who I thought was my friend, because he was petty enough to steal this from me. So like that information is so valuable in interhuman connection. Like I like that phone doesn't, like I'd give that phone for that any day. And I've had this in a range of different circumstances where I was treated shit. Like I should have been mortified, I should have been angry, I should have freaked out, but I just went like, good to know. So like there's this personal aspect is gone. So like I'm a little like, and what else is the main difference? So back then, so back before I had this mind state, I would have then gone to the person, confronted them, and then I would have listened to what they were saying. And because I wanted to keep this relationship going, I would believe them. And then it would happen again. And then the same thing and the same thing. So I used to get in these endless cycles with people that tell me they're treating me nice, but they didn't really treat me nice. But I believed them. And now they treat me like shit, and I'm just like, okay, peace out. There's another person here I can talk to. And I sort of distance myself from this person straight away. And I've had a few people comment on, like, how the hell, like, how do you deal with this person? I know what he did to you, and you're super chill. And I was like, no, I actually do not care. Like, this person, if I react to this person, I'm giving them too much. So the blanker I am, the better for me, for them, the better for me, yeah. And like, I'm not stupid. Like, I've got friends that are crackheads, like, yes, they will steal from me. Like, if I give them my things, I do, like, I try, I always have like these little like techniques or like little ways of seeing if people are grateful for what I'm giving them when they're homeless. Because you've got homeless people that will take it and think they deserve it, and you've got people that almost cry when you give them half of your bread, you know. So it depends on the person. So you can't make any blanket statements. And the pushover part, like, yeah, I'm a bit of a pushover. Like, I let you push me over, but then I get up and I walk away. So it's not like I'm leading this life of being pushed over and pushed over and pushed over. It's quite the contrary. Before, I thought I was strong and tough, and I would like make my voice heard, more or less. Like, if something was wrong, I'd speak up. But my belief or my ideas still got me caught in these cycles anyway, and I'm free from that now. And one like very neat thing that I would want to mention, because it sort of fits into this. One thing that you know how there's situations where something happens where something is wrong, something is overtly wrong, and everybody's staring at it and waiting for someone to speak up. And this situation used to freak me out back in the day, because I always knew what to say, but to me there wasn't anything more scary than going out and speaking in front of a whole group of people. Like, you know, that was like the scariest idea. So quite often I was tormented by the fact that I should have said something. I needed to say something, I needed to speak up, but I was too scared to speak out in front of the group. And now, coincidentally, this is completely gone now. So if I see something happening now, and it's like, I'll tell you a few occasions. Once I watched like an adult man sort of slap a young kid in a supermarket. I've got to add that it was in Austria and the kid was non-white, and that was the reason why I slapped him, because he was a racist pig. And there was like about 30 people standing there looking at this, and nobody said anything, and this little boy cried. And I'm a very peaceful, very and I don't like attention. I don't like being I hate the idea of speaking and everybody's looking at me. That's like, I don't like that. Anyway, I freaked out on this man, and I just told him I'm gonna take him to the police. And like, I got aggressive, and like, I wanted to scare this man into never ever ever thinking it's okay to touch a kid, no matter, just to touch a kid, doesn't matter what skin color it was. The kid was like, it was just a young boy, like 3 or 4. But he was making racist comments before, and like, just the fact that I knew if this was a white boy, he wouldn't have done that. I went, so this is an interesting thing, because when you talk about pushover, but like, when it comes to standing up for justice, I'm like, I get quite wild. That's probably why I'm doing these videos, because I feel strongly that someone needs to speak on your behalf. I know these gurus making all the money. No, but like I'm just trying to speak to you human to human, because that's what I needed, and that's the only thing I could think of doing. And also, like, if you do understand, like, how many, like, pretty much every single person in the world is telling me that I'm full of shit. Like, this ego death thing doesn't work. And I don't care. Like, I still go on and on. Like, I know every conversation I go into, I know this is the end of the conversation, because people tell me I'm crazy, because ego death is not possible. This is all that everybody's talking about. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, pushover doesn't, like, it's more of a, like, you will take the violence and you don't need to retaliate, yes, but you're definitely not a pushover. Like, I will stand by, die to yourself for the rest of my life. Thank you very much for the comment, and thank you very much for listening, and talk to you soon. Of course, one love.